Hey, home stars, welcome back. Welcome. We're doing something a little different today because what I'm doing is going through and sorting through my fabrics and storing them properly, right? And so I'm going to share with you a few tips about storing your fabric. If you have fabric around that you want to use to make something someday, but you're not quite sure when you're going to get to it. Yeah, let's start by saying that if you have bigger pieces of fabric, your best case scenario is to store them on a roll and have somewhere where they're not going to get dirty when you put them down on this end to stick them, right? For me, it's over here in this corner. When I designed the studio, I left a space here so that I was able to do that, right? Another thing I would say, if you are using a container to store your fabrics, your best case scenario is to use a transparent container so that you can see what's there and remember that you have fabric in that container. Because I'm a very visual person, and so I like to see what I have and I like it to be organized, arranged in such a way that I can function without going crazy, right? The only thing is, if you're going to store fabrics in a container such as this one, you want to, now all my fabrics are stored like that because most of these right here are not like soft fabrics, they're non-woven fabrics, but I'm gonna find something, should be able to find something to explain what I am saying to you. Okay, so no, there's nothing here. Anyways, what I was going to say to you is if you're storing your fabrics in a container, instead of folding them to create a crease or an edge, what I would suggest that you do is get yourself a piece of cardboard and actually fold your fabric over the cardboard. And if you can avoid storing your fabric um, without putting them in a bin, that's even better, right? If you can actually find somewhere to hang your smaller pieces of fabric, that is better, because even if you roll it on the cardboard, there's going to be an edge that's not rolled. And I'm going to show you what can happen in a minute if you pack fabric on top of fabric and they're all folded. So here, that is why I made this massive rack, because I wanted to be able to hang as much fabric as possible. So when they're hanging, they do not create a crease. They're more rounded, right? So that's why I'm hanging them. If you can do that, then that's better than even putting them in a bin, especially if they're woven fabric and they have any kind of color or pattern, right? Let's move this out of the way. Now, I have rolled fabrics. I have fabric in the bin. I do have fabric hanging. And another thing is I do have a bunch of fabric on my shelves. And they're folded because they take up less space. However, this is no good. So what I'm doing right now is unfolding them and I'm opening them up, and in so doing, I'm actually putting them on something that is rigid or semi-rigid. I'm using a presentation board. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that I'm going to put them under here. When I go to fetch a piece of fabric, I can just hold on to the board and pull the whole thing out. Easier to handle than to just have the fabric by themselves and then you have to pull them out. That will create a mess. I know, been there, done that. So I am going to go through all these fabric and do what I'm doing here. And the reason why I'm doing that, and the reason why I say if you don't have to store your fabrics in a bin, then hang them, roll them, or lay them flat just like this. Well, we know small pieces of fabric you would lay flat, right? Because when they are left like this for a long time, this is what happens. Can you see it? Yeah, it creates a crease and then the fabric starts getting a mark right down the center. And this becomes like, no good. Unless, of course, you want to do something and you kind of just tuck this in and stitch down the middle there to create a crease. It's even to create a seam. It's even, or a detail on whatever you're making. It's even more visible on this. See what happened to this fabric? It got creased there and got washed out. Now I turned around and I folded it this way because it was folded this way all along. But what would happen over time is that the same thing would happen here, right? And so, yeah, I'm taking the time today. Wow, I have some of these fabric here that I was planning to make something with. And luckily I was going through these. I found another piece because I was missing a piece. I had odd numbers and I needed even numbers. So that's a good thing that came out from this project. Anyways, yeah, my friends, I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to go through all these fabrics. And because they're creased, what I'm doing right now is the part that's creased, I'm going one this way and then the other one the other way. So I'm just turning them opposite direction every time I put a piece on. And then over time, I expect that the crease in my fabric panels will disappear. And then my fabric won't end up like this one here. So if you got value from this little lesson of sorts, go ahead and, okay, this is a pretty big piece of fabric. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you can be notified of new videos. Check out the channel if the first time you've been here and the first video you're seeing with me. This is not what I do. I have a lot to offer you, believe you me. So just check out the channel. I'm going to go ahead and link a couple videos so you can see what we do here. Until then, like, share, comment, and I really can't wait to connect with you again soon. You take care now. Bye.